All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is January 8th, 2025. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB Trading Room. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land. Hey, let's go take a look at some charts today. All right, for SPY. SPY was nothing but a chop day. All right, I mean, you're over the 8 EMA, under VWAP, then you're under the 8 EMA, and now you're back up over VWAP, under VWAP, over VWAP, under VWAP, over VWAP, under VWAP. Oh my God, this is getting exhausting. And now back up under and over again. All right, so just a consolidation day. We recognized this at about 10:30, 11 o'clock. I said, you know, probably not going to get much price action today. Nothing but whipsaw action, hanging out, crossing back and forth over VWAP, and that's pretty much what we got. But what we did set up was, it's looking like a head and shoulders. This being the head, that'd be the left shoulder right here, and the right shoulder right here. So we'll see if market's going to break out in the post-market. Looking pretty high up here, getting up towards 590. Needed to get up over 590.50 to be playable. If we don't get up and close up here tomorrow morning, even if we close up here, I think there's a chance we still have a chance of coming down to 575. All right, so we hit this kind of uptrend line. You can see that on, let's see if I can find it for you. It's right here, but you can't see it. Okay, so here's that uptrend line that comes off this low, tacks this low right here, and you can see price action spiked that earlier today as well as a few days ago. All right, so there's SPY. On the 10-minute chart, what do we have? All right, 10-minute uptrend going into the close. All right, you got price candles and the 3 EMA up over the 8 EMA and the 17 EMA green dots there. 10-minute uptrend. 2 hour, pretty sure we got ourselves a downtrend. Yep, 2 hour, we got a downtrend. You can see the 3 EMA, the yellow one, come down underneath the white and the red dots. So you get the candles and the yellow 3 EMA underneath the red dots and the white line right there. So 2 hour downtrend. On the daily chart, what do we get? Lower high, lower low, closing below a bearish trap and underneath the falling 17 there and underneath the downtrend line. Still in a downtrend here for SPY. We got ourselves a wedge. We could be headed back to the other side of this wedge sometime tomorrow. Friday. We'll see what happens. Friday, by the way, Thursday we're closed. Let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ, same as SPY, lower high, lower low, closing under the trap, bearish trap, underneath the 17, still in a downtrend. FNGU. Lower high, lower low, closing underneath bearish trap, underneath the 17, still in a downtrend. Let's take a look at IWM. Lower high, lower low, closing underneath the trap, underneath the falling 17, underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. Price action still in a downtrend. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow, lower high, lower low, closing inside the trap, under the 17, still in a downtrend. Okay, technicals, T2122. We found our way into the oversold zone today, and we didn't get much further than the sell zone. So just a whole lot of chomping around here in the selling area. Did put in an inverse head and shoulders. You can see there, on T21 on 22, as well as on SPY on the 10-minute chart. Okay, so there's T21 22, T21 23. Came down almost to that prior all-time high anchor all-time high right there line. And you can see still a little space, but they're bouncing, looks like before it. So there's a little bit of support there. So price action, red from the first half of the day. On the second half of the day, little Christmas tree, and then some buying at the end of the day there. Not really buying, just kind of, I mean, really, this is consolidation. I got to call it what it is. This is consolidation under prior consolidation right there. That's bearish. All right, so it is a bull flag from this point here, but from this point, that's bearish, and so we could have some more selling coming in on Friday. All right, let's take a look. Let's fan out here. Again, notice we put in more space between the 200 SMA and the price action down here. We tried to close it in a little bit. Didn't get far, and still in a bear flag. A move down and a shift over to the right, kind of drifting, melting lower as it goes. The next chart's the same one. It's just a 3-bar chart. You can see price action underneath this 17 EMA right here. Okay. And you can see on the 3-bar chart, price action still the same bear flag. Still a whole lot of space between flat 200 SMA and the price candles way down here. Getting close to that prior all-time high, you can see right there. FNGU. See where today's candle. Little selling, little rebound, more selling, little rebound, more selling, and a little rebound, and looking like they found their way back at VWAP, but not over VWAP. Still trapped underneath this falling 200. Still trapped underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP. Still trapped underneath the downtrend line. Okay, all in all, though, still bullish. It's up in quadrant 4. If we fan out just a little bit, back to September here. If I put the quad lines in, and you can see right there, back in August, we're still up in quadrant 4. Still bullish, all right? Just not moving up and making lower highs. Kind of a wedge there, a breakdown wedge. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go take a look at a few sectors, and we're going to call it a day. First, we'll look at energy. We'll take a look at XLE first, all right? So here's XLE. Not real good, but it's in an uptrend right here. All right, how long they can sustain this uptrend, we'll see. Personally, if they got up here and consolidated for a week or two, that'd be just fine with me. All right, at least they would be out of quadrant 1. Okay, they're still in neutral bearish territory here. Okay, they're no longer in the lower third, or they're almost in the lower third. Getting close. Well, I don't know where you want to call it, but if we could get on the other side of this valley right here, that would be wonderful. Got an uptrend going on the candles, but as far as the daily chart, no uptrend. They got a long ways to go to negate the downtrend. They'd have to go all the way up here and pop that high. I think they're probably going to set a lower high long before we even pop that high. All right, so there's XLE. Okay, price action, you can see just a barrage of selling there. All right, price action finally made it after, I don't know, maybe 10, 20, 12 days here, almost all of December. Okay, we spent the time in quadrant 1. Finally breaking out here. Again, got a little uptrend, candles moving up, all right, but no uptrend on the daily chart. There's probably one on the hourly chart, but on the daily chart, no dice yet. All right, so there's XLE. So speaking of energy, let's take a look at UNG. All right, UNG had a nice day today. Higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap, over a rising 17 EMA, closing up in quadrant 3. leaning on the upper third up there. So that's bullish up there. All right, so we'll see how as long as they can continue that, they got themselves a little uptrend. You can see some space between the 3 EMA and the 8 EMA. A little chompy right through here. Okay, but all in all, still moving up, making higher low and higher high. All right, as long as we're not moving down, we can even move to the right. I actually prefer if we move to the right, consolidate, get a little bit tighter here. I'd like to see price action get tighter instead of this whippy wild action. All right, I'd like to see that tighten up and then give us a nice pattern to play to the upside. So there's UNG, neutral bullish on UNG. Okay, hanging out up here. Like to see it it's gotten over this pivot right here. That's pretty nice feat to get over that pivot right there. Got one more pivot to get over, and that's this one right here. So we got to get up on top of 20 and hold. All right, that's what we need to do. I don't know if they can do it. We'll see. We're up at 17 now. We could make it up there later. We'll see. Maybe later in the month. Let's take a look at USO. All right, here's crude oil. That was nat gas. All right, crude oil or petroleum right here consolidating as the normal W pattern plays out. Got some consolidation. They're going through a battle. So consolidation, the victor will pop out on the other side. They're either going to pop down or pop up. Looking like it's probably going to pop up, being got higher lows here, higher low here, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So I would think it's probably going to pop up. Whether they can hold it when they pop up, that will be interesting. Not sure if they can get that done. All right, but USO in an uptrend, hanging out in, hey, let's measure this off. I think that's quadrant 4. Right there to September. Hanging out in quadrant 4, that is bullish. Like to see them take out that peak in between the two valleys here. Okay, got a valley right here, and we got a valley right here. Okay, like to see them take out that peak in between the two valleys. They'll have a battle right here in this area first, long before they take that out. So there'll be a battle and some consolidation in through here, and we'll see if the bulls can get it done. It may pop down and then fly up. All right, look for that to happen. USO. All right, let's take a look at precious metals. Start off with silver and gold. Here's silver. Silver's in a downtrend. Neutral bearish underneath the midpoint. Again, going up and giving it up. Neutral bearish. Caught underneath these two 12-year high anchored VWAPs. Price action needs to take out this high in order to negate the downtrend. Currently in a downtrend. Price action, not too bad. Higher low, no. Lower high, lower low, closing over the trap and over the 17 right there, but on the wrong side of the midpoint. All right, so we'll see if they can. Be nice they could come up here and lean on that 12-year high anchored VWAP. Maybe a little bit later. Maybe if we got a weaker dollar, we could get some of that going. Right now, just neutral bearish because it went up and gave it up right there. Let's take a look at GLD. Gold moving up and moving over to the right. Gold still in a downtrend technically, okay, but not moving down. All right, gold higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA, and look at this, back up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Never thought I'd see that again. So they closed up here, as opposed to going up and giving it up like we did yesterday. All right, so now we're closing up here. So gold in the upper third, all right, so that's neutral bullish right there, going up, kind of giving some of it up, but not able to maintain the uptrend and unable to take out those two peaks right there. So price action, neutral bullish here in the upper third, that is bullish right there. Nice bull flag, a little sloppy if you ask me. I'd like to see things tighten up. I liked it when it was like this. This was nice and tight. All right? And that's about as tight as you're going to get for gold right through there. Okay? But I like that. I don't like this right here. All right? Look for a pattern to shape up. All right, maybe break out over those two peaks right there. That would be nice. First, just got to get up here on top of all-time high anchored VWAP and consolidate. I'd like to see that done first. Consolidation over prior consolidation. All right, get some consolidation right here. We got a little bit here. Okay, I'd like to see us get up here and consolidate right there, and then hopefully we find ourselves moving up and out of here after a little bit later, after consolidating for a few weeks. All right, we'll see if they can get it done. Right now, they're holding up there for the day. I'd like to see more days holding up over this all-time high anchored VWAP. Notice we went up over all-time high and we gave it up. And we went up again and we gave it up. And then we poked it and then we gave it up. And then we poked it again and then we gave it up. See what I'm saying? So I'd like to see us finally get up here and hold for more than, 4 days here. I'd like to see us kind of hold for maybe a couple weeks. That would be nice. All right, consolidation over prior consolidations. Take a look at a few other sectors. All right, let's take a look at SMH, semiconductors, in an uptrend. Right now, they're in an uptrend. Currently, not moving up in the past 2 days. Price action up in quadrant 4. Price action making higher lows and higher highs. SMH is in an uptrend, hanging out in quadrant 4. That is bullish right there, and up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Anytime I see that, typically that's going to be bullish. All right, XLK, technology. Again, bullish right here. Not up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, but let me just say they tackled this area probably once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times right there. XLK to try to produce a higher high. I don't think they're ready to give up. All right, XLK consolidating up here in quadrant 4, underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP, but holding the middle ground here in quadrant 4. That's really bullish right there. So nice price action there. Again, consolidation over prior consolidation. That's bullish. And we can map that out real quick here. You got consolidation over prior consolidation right here. That's bullish right up there. So we'll see what happens with XLK. Still holding strong. All right. Probably waiting for some earnings. I don't think the earnings could get here fast enough. All right, let's take a look at XLF. Here's our financials. Financials still in an uptrend, but not moving up. All right. Price action got caught underneath the falling all-time high anchored VWAP, caught underneath the falling 17, hanging out in the upper third. We do have Wells Fargo's going to report on Friday when we get back. So that'll be interesting. If they come out with some good numbers, I can see XLF, along with some of the other financials, getting a little pop. All right, so we could be bullish on Friday, depending upon how Wells Fargo does. All right, if they print some good numbers, we could see XLF pop up, and that'll be 2 of the 3 of the Trinity that we need to have a decent rally. All right, you'll have the financials and the semiconductors. All right, so right now, bullish on XLF in an uptrend. Let's take a look at XLI and XLU. They're both in downtrends. All right, because they took out these lows. Price action consolidating in a bear flag right on the midpoint. Just neutral for those going up, giving it up, just neutral. All right, let's take a look at XLU. Same thing going on here. Again, going up and giving it up, just neutral. Price action consolidating on the midpoint right there. Caught underneath these all-time high anchored VWAP and the falling 17 there. Okay, let's take a look at XRT. XRT is almost close to taking out this low down here below the 17. Okay. Price action has been pulling back, still ever so slightly in an uptrend. We did make lower lows here. Here's a low, and we made a lower low right here. All right, so could call it a downtrend. You could call it an uptrend. Either way, but as soon as we pop below this low, that'll be a downtrend for certain. All right, XRT price action not moving up. Okay, losing the upper third, losing the upper quadrant, moving up and giving it up. Still consolidating, all right, over prior consolidation. Okay, so how do you see that, John? All right, so this is what I call prior consolidation. This is the price action over prior consolidation. So still holding the higher ground, but not very good, all right? It's holding above this consolidation, kind of losing the higher ground, but consolidating over prior consolidation. So there's XRT. All right, still neutral bullish on that. All right, let's take a look at the last one. This is IYT. It's our transports. Transports putting in lower high and lower low, closing over a bullish trap and over the 17 EMA, trying to fight off the downtrend. Okay, IYT took out this low, and this low. And they got themselves in a downtrend. So chances are, in order to negate the downtrend, they have to go all the way back up here and take out that high. Chances are they're probably going to put in a lower high long before we take out this high on the IYT. We'll see, all right? But I really doubt we're going to take out this high before putting in a lower high. Anyways, price action moving up, giving it up, no longer consolidating on the midpoint, trying to find its way back to the upper third and quadrant 4. So neutral bullish right there, trying to move up, kind of just neutral really. All right, if it got the uptrend, we could give it neutral bullish, but IYT right there on the daily. All right, that's it. What we traded today wasn't very much of a trade. Okay, took some puts, and they didn't go anywhere. I skinned a little bit of profit on the puts, bought some calls, skinned a little bit on some lottery ticket calls. Other than that, just a really sloppy day. It was a tough day. I told traders it's going to be a tough day because what we look for is price action like that trap to run away from VWAP, and we did not get that. Just a lot of crisscrossing back and forth over VWAP. All right, everybody. I'll see you guys Friday. Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you hanging out with me. We'll see you Friday. Everybody have a good evening. And thank you.